We're back now at Garthog 4. Time for the biggest and toughest and probably the most important battle to date. And also definitely the most important one we're going to have for quite some time. So, first of all, we need to deal with whatever their bases are going to send at us missile-wise. Well, we shot down enough of them to keep our fighter alive. That's nice. So, next up, we have some plasma projectors that have been repaired slightly while we were gone. We need to finish those off. So I think we'll send one bomb here. Two should hopefully be sufficient there to clean that one up. And let's set another round of them at this bottom one, which is mostly intact. Just need to hit it one more time then. That was pretty good. And that one got through. That was some good luck with the bombs. Now, we need to reset up here now to assault the star bases. And that's going to take a bit of doing, but essentially, I need some expendable ships in front, and then we're just going to charge. Okay, here's our setup. So we have all destroyers, plus, of course, the one fighter in front, and on this wing, to absorb the worst of the fire from this starbase, and we'll get some in range of this one, which will pound it as well. Now I have the flagships behind them, because if they're too far behind, I won't be able to get all of their powerful ion guns into the fight as quickly. So there's sort of a balance there. Of course, if they were in front, they'd get shot up a bunch. And all that means is that back here is the safe part for the cruisers. It's a very good day to be a cruiser captain, and not such a good day to be piloting a destroyer or a fighter, because your odds of getting through this fight in one piece are not great. I will guarantee the fighter will go down. We will also lose some of these destroyers. So then we just want to charge in. And it's not really any more complicated than that. And then as they move forward, of course the flagships are wider too. They take up more frontage, but there goes the destroyer. And then we move in the ships that are behind. Nope, not there. Gradually advance as there is room to do so. So let's just slide you in here. You can come up to about there. Time for these cruisers to move in as well. Let's make sure you're actually firing here. And you're moving in. Nope, you can just keep going straight. And now we're starting to plow it down. Of course, the destroyer's also getting tagged here pretty well. See how that works. Ion guns opening up. You can see everything shooting at it now. You should be able to hit it too from there. Oh, nope, you're going to try to move around. That's fine. There goes another destroyer. Oh, they're hitting one of my cruisers, but now starbase number 1 is gone. So we do the same thing here. Charge in with the destroyers first. Obviously, we're going to lose a bunch of them. Probably going to lose a cruiser. That's fine. I mean, it's not fine, but it's, you know, acceptable casualty. Let's move you in. And a couple of you, why don't you just swing around out here? Don't waste time hanging out that way. Okay. Move in a bit more. Let's see if we can get... What's your range? We just need to move you in a little, and you can start shooting with your ion guns. That's good enough. Yep, now you're going to start firing, aren't you? You swing around here. I don't know where you're aiming. You just stay there and fire. There we go. Everybody's shooting. That'll work. Couldn't really go much better than that. Most of the fleet is intact, although a lot of it's shot up. So this battle is one that is winnable, but only if you get lucky, in my opinion at least, my experience. Otherwise, it can go anywhere if your strategy is bad, getting totally wiped out, not doing much damage, to eliminating most of the defenders so that the second wave can finish up. And that's where I expect to be. So, they have a fortress down here. Whole 1% damage from the bombing. Whoopee! And we could... This is a mostly open area. We could take this up here. Probably too close to the buildings. Really, I mean, I guess that could be a good thing. We could just hang out in here and try to, you know, bottle them up. But I've always found that works better in another spot. Over here, this is where I want to sort of be and use these buildings to shield. And then there's a lot of, you know, I mean, buildings and stuff down here we can't even deploy down in that area. So I'm going to go over here. And the big thing is just where do they deploy their troops? Well, they've got a couple of them close up. This is a heavy tank, and this is a rocket sled, and they have many rocket sleds. But you can see a lot of weapons coming over this way. But they do have some that are off here, and will take some time to reach us. So, we'll see how this goes. Now, I want to deploy my tanks forward some. But I don't want them to be able to shoot me across here. So I just sort of want to hang back a little. And this is going to be a really touchy advance and deployment. And sort of the random draw on where the enemy goes is a tough one here. And I want to get back, if I can, from this edge. Because I want to encourage them to try to stack up behind these buildings as opposed to swinging around here and hitting me. That's my approach. Okay, now some of you are just sort of hanging out here and not doing anything, and that will not be acceptable. So let's make sure we get you moving. And I think all of this group here in the middle, I'm just going to take you and have you knock out that rocket sled first, as it's firing at us and doing bad things. We want to knock them out bit by bit as much as possible. Ooh, you're firing from over here. Okay, we'll withdraw further this way. We'll bunch up more if we have to, because I don't want to be taking fire from that area. Okay, there's one rocket sled that is gone, but they're really swamping us on this side. I need all of you tanks over here. They've got a rocket sled coming this way, but not a lot of them. So the numbers in this battle really don't work in our favor. But we need to just do what we can. And let's have a few of these. You do it as well. Knock out this tank. Yeah, some of you are going to come around this way. There's only so much we can prevent. We are getting swamped over here. You need to help out. You need to help out. You keep fighting here. I need a couple of you to come out here and distract or annoy or do something. Yeah, you're getting hit pretty hard. You come out here more. You push up, I think over here this way. Lost our first rocket sled. And okay, now that you've pushed up this far, we're going after you. To heck with that tank. Not even sure what I want you to aim at. Just come up in here. Ooh. Okay, we're going after you now. You need to get up here in the fight. Okay, you're gone. Now we focus on you. Except for the rocket slides, you keep hitting that one. And you are next. Finish this one off. Okay, you're coming around this way without support. So let's make you regret that decision. All right. Rocket sled priority. You come back this way. Ooh, another one coming around here. Yeah, you're mostly firing into the building, and you can do that all day long as far as I'm concerned. Get that one. Get it. Get it. Okay. Now, split our focus. Some of you hit here. Let's have the rocket sleds knock out this one. Okay. Shift again. Hit this one. You pound that hospital all you want, Mr. Rocket Sled. You pound it until everybody, yeah, pound the power plant too. See how much I care about that. Okay. We're looking good. Surprisingly good, actually. There's a rocket sled here and a couple useless support. And I think that's it. So, yeah. I mean, obviously all of you, you're at a decent angle at least. We'll see if you can hit it. And I don't know really of a better way to do this, just to have everybody swarm. I mean, we're going to take casualties, but let's just knock it out. We're losing. It's hitting the rocket sled. That's unfortunate. Ooh, we got it before it blew up, though. Whew. Okay. That's very nice. Now, I don't want to send my rocket sleds after these support, units, because we're just going to end up damaging more buildings. You're gone. And now we need to hit this one over here. And meanwhile, all of you are going to shift completely the other side of the map. So now we need to make our run at the fortress, which isn't very damaged. And somebody mentioned one of the comments, and I've seen it in action once. There is a way, if you find just the right spot, you can hit this with rocket sleds without any return fire. But I experimented on this map, and I couldn't find a spot on this map where that would work. So I'll show that in the future if I'm able. But what that means is right now, all we can really do is try to set up for our normal rush. Okay, so I've adjusted this a bit to where I've got the rocket sleds coming from here, rocket sleds coming from here, and then I'm going to have the tanks coming from this area over here. The idea is, as soon as the tanks start moving forward, I'll switch the rocket sleds forward and just try to hit it from multiple sides and see how far we can do. I don't think we have quite enough force here due to how shot up our tanks are to actually win this. But we're going to do what we can. Okay. Right now, go. Yeah. Go. And it's all in the hands now of the fortress targeting and whether or not we survive long enough. Nope, we're not going to make it. And of course, there is no retreat and repair option. Once you deploy for a battle, you're sort of stuck with it. So we knocked it down 60%. We almost won, but did not quite win. So now we just return with another group of tanks, which, I mean, that's why we had them built up. So that shouldn't be too big of a deal. 8 hours later, we're just about back to finish off Garthog 4. Timing worked out pretty well. The last of the replacement rocket sleds were finished just before the fleet got back. We are working on replacement bombs now to fill out our fleet for the final planet. Almost done with those. And we also did finish the field array. So the only thing we have left on research side is the solar plant that we can't finish yet until we get done here. So a lot of the loose ends being tied up. And we have a fighter. Guess what? You didn't make it. Okay, we're not going to be subtle here. Just throwing everything down in the more open area. And, okay, the fortress repaired a little bit. It's up to 57%. And, of course, the nuclear plant hospital also repaired a bit. I'm not seeing, unless they have one somewhere that I'm missing, I'm not seeing any enemy tanks. So, that makes it pretty simple. We just want to pound down this fort. Oh, there is one. I did miss one. Okay. So we'll take a moment. Very brief moment. So now there are no more tanks, right? Right? Don't see any more coming our way? Okay. So do the usual bit of spreading out somewhat. That should be good. Move you up behind. And away we go. My goal, of course, being to not lose any of our tanks in this rush against a fortress that has limited ability to fight back. And it looks like we're going to succeed in that. They're switching targets enough. There it goes. The Garthog capital, the Garthog fortress, if you will, has fallen. They lose one light tank, the only thing that they had left. All right. So now let's take a look at what we have going on remaining on the planet. Obviously, we're going to lower down the taxes again, and you can see they do have more population than the other ones did, about a couple thousand more, when we conquered them. They've also got a bunch more stuff. 3 arcologies, 8 nuclear plants, 3 food factories. We can get rid of some of that. They do have another military spaceport. They've got a police station, radar, And then they also have 2 development centers, computer and civil, as we mentioned before, and all 3 factory types. So just in general, this is in fact a more developed colony. So I want to see what's damaged. If we can move our way around here. Okay, that arcology is slightly damaged. This one is not. Nuclear plants, you know, the hospital. I mean, there's the computer development center, police station, food factories, civil development center. And of course, this is the only one of their equipment factories we've actually run into. It's the only place that has them. Apparently all their shields and whatnot are built here. Okay, so I will sell this arcology. We're not going to need that for a very long time. I will sell this nuclear plant. And we'll get rid of one of the food factories as well. On the other side of it, we're going to need to build a second police station. We'll go ahead and throw that up here. And then also, we don't need a military spaceport here and here. I think the one on Garthog 5 is now what you might call superfluous. So we can eliminate that. And restore some cash to our account. Now we do also, I'm going to have to adjust a little bit the speed at which we do it. But we do also have the solar plant available to be restarted. So, next time when we return to Imperium Galactica, we're going to be taking on Garthog 1. We're going to investigate how we're going to deal with the Garthog Defense Patrol Fleet, which only has 1 planet left to protect. There are some things that would normally happen at this rank that we're actually going to get done too fast to see, so I'm going to do sort of an alternate path and show what happens with those. There's a second mission from the Colonel that I'd mentioned, and a bit of another cutscene. And then, of course, we'll be advancing to the next rank and finding out what happens next after we've defeated the Garthog. So all that coming up. Hope you'll stick around for it. Should be some really vital plot information coming in the next couple episodes. Till then, thanks for watching.